Hello and welcome to Maggie's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Today, reviewing Old Tom. Whoa, 8.5% goodness. And the review don't really matter with this fella because it's such a good bloody beer that it's just worth having a drink. Chilling out. Oh, fuck me. Thought I broke the tin out of them. So, Old Tom. 8.5. Oh, it's one of them beers that deserve one of the strongest beers normally in supermarkets. It's certainly the strongest bottled beer you'll find, apart from the Belgian stuff. Look at that. Absolute classic. And Old Tom with ginger. Bloody brilliant. So dark pour there, mahogany pour, whitehead, and forest of sacked Sabri. And to be honest, good evening. You've got to say you've seen it coming. Since the Stout game at the end of last season, he's gone shit. Lost game after game, lost. And sadly, I like the bloke, but it seems like he lost the plot. Put all these players in, playing defensive midfielders. Don't defend, you have to attack. There's no use defending, you're going to get caught out. So, and is it Hooton? I can't remember his first name. Roy Hooton? Whatever his name is. Is our manager. So I think he'll do well. I think Nigel Clough would have been a good candidate, but he pissed us off when he went to Forest, so Derby rather. And as a Forest fan, going to Derby and being their manager, although we did have Billy Davis 2 or 3 times, God knows how many times it was. So 8.5%. Oh, and the review. They've reviewed this before. I've had a cracking day actually. Living the dream this year. I cannot believe that the year has gone from such a shite fucking year when I'm contemplating some very dark shit to a year where it's so good. I just need my brain the other part of my brain to remember it. Plus I also need to stop drinking wine late at night and trying to get myself drunk. But there you go. Soon wears off though in the morning, but it's not a good thing to be doing, in that respect. Yeah, so dark pour, whitehead. Some blooming strong malt there. Drinking it cold today. Yeah, 2020. Someone had come up to you last year and say, you're going to be in lockdown. You're not going to be allowed anybody's asses. The country's going to go fucking bankrupt because if they put us in another lockdown, we're in the shit. Proper lockdown, that is. Nottingham, 280 per 100,000. It's because of the students. We know that. There's 30,000 students moved to Nottingham, and they're all, shagging each other and doing whatever they're doing. And I apologise to any students out there, but it's true. And they're all having parties. They're all full of coronavirus. They had 2 Chinese people come over. No quarantining, 14, there they are, spreading the old virus to everybody. So Nottingham's, we're going in lockdown, soon. We need a vaccine, that's what we need. But will it happen? The scary thing is that the vaccine's not that scary in some ways, but it's not known if you're going to die from it. Good evening. So Forest new manager, let's hope this bloke's got a bit of sense. Is it Ray Hooton or Royal? I can't know. I know he did a good job wherever he was before. Was it Brighton? Yeah, he did a good job at Brighton. So it's interesting, isn't it? Forest need to have a decent manager. I don't know what's been going off. We've been buying and selling players like it's gone out of business. And that's the thing with football at the moment. Because of so many players being out of contract, if you can sell a few and get a few million in, and then get a few for nothing, job's going. I think I would the one who fucking dies of liver failure. Jesus Christ, I don't know how my liver copes. And yet, like the other day, Chris Hooton, not bloody, I don't know where the war came from. Yeah, the abdication just up the road from me. And I got a beer, I did a draft beer haul from them the other day. The beers are not cheap, but, St. Peter's are doing a mixed boxed, totally mixed, so one of each, box set of their beers now. 12 different beers, £27. I went on there tonight and bought it, and then but the Christmas ale were with it, so I bought a Christmas ale seasonal, a gift pack separate for £9. So 2 beers, 1 glass, and then I got charged £6 delivery. I couldn't find if there was a trigger for the free delivery. If there was, I was going to trigger the free delivery, because I'm tight like that, and I'd rather spend the money on beers than spend £6 on delivery. People in Nottingham, I don't know what it's like in the rest of the country, but people in Nottingham don't seem to give a toss. People up the road don't, people in town don't. You go in shops tonight, there's loads of them not wearing masks, even though it's actually the law now. And a lot of people just think, fuck it, I'm not wearing a mask. And we wore masks. I mean, I wore a mask, but I had the thing down off my nose because I can't breathe with it, you know. So I don't mind wearing the mask, but I'm half wearing it, as it were. Plus, you can't make out who anybody is. People don't know you. They look at you and think, is that him? And I had to go like that. And then put the mask back up. So this version of Old Tom, yeah, I don't think we can do a full lockdown again. I just think, as a society, the world's going to have to live with it. Problem is, it's already took out a lot of the vulnerable. And the real vulnerable, hopefully they are being as care. A lot of people, when you think about the lockdown, when he first mentioned that we've got to do social distance, and everyone was like, fuck off. Nobody did. We didn't at work. Then all of a sudden we started moving away from each other a little bit. Then we had the lockdown, and then, you know, and then when we went back to work, we were all keeping our distance. But nowadays, you know, most people think stuff, you know, we get it, which is the wrong philosophy, really, because you don't know if you've got it or you haven't. And for mental health, sometimes it's nice to know if you've got it, if you've got the antibodies, and if it's not going to kill you, then that's a great thing. You know, we'd all like to know that if it's not going to kill us, we can just carry on. But it's the dose you get, isn't it? It's the dose of this coronavirus that you get. A friend of mine, she's got COPD. She got a big dose. And she was on the ventilator in hospital. And even now, she's got this thing called long COVID now. They come out with new names every day. And even she's suffering. She's nowhere near back to her normal self. She's out of hospital at home, but she's not back at work yet. And so, you know, you see that. I mean, I've had my nephew-in-law, his granddad died. His dad was on a ventilator. Neighbours next door had it. She's 71, he's 70. She had cancer the year before, and they both overcame it. My God, she looked like death. I went to the door, spoke to them at the door one day, and she comes to the door and she looked like she was grey, like she was dying. But, you know, she's come back and she's fit as a fiddle. You can still hear them coughing though, so it's still on the chest. Scary situation, really. It's that not knowing. I mean, if you could take a test, and if the test came out that you could take, and it says, yep, you're immune to COVID, and that, wow, you know, someone needs to create that test. So even if you get COVID, you're immune to it anyway. And the other flip side of that test is, a COVID test is, if you get it, you're fucked. And then you'll be more and more, you know, careful. It is worrying. It's scary times, you know. I might have to open another bottle. I don't think one bottle's enough. I might have to do a double review. I've got a little Nigerian, the foreign extra Guinness up there. Oh, Brother's Toffee Apple Cider is bloody awesome. And I'll tell you what, Bulldog Brews do a toffee apple cider kit, and it's absolutely cracking. But don't do what I did and add extra sugar just to ramp up the ABV. It's as good as Brother's Toffee Apple Cider without ramping up the ABV. That's, you know, I just a twat for ramping up the ABV. I'm looking to buy 2 kits this weekend. Is it festivals? Let me look at creativewinemaking.com. I've now got my other phone and use this phone as it's just come up on here. What are you drinking? It's Old Tom Homemade Creek Kveik Stout. Ooh, that sounds nice. creativewinemaking.com.
is Creative Winemaking Limited.
So which one was it? The American craft beers. There's an oat rum craft beer kit. There you go. American oat rum craft. I don't know if it will show up. No, it's not showing up, is it? $23.95. That sounds interesting. It's a kit I'm interested. I ain't seen no bloody Christmas beer kits. Milestone make at least 2 or 3 Christmas beer kits. This is a barrel aged beer, and they reckon it's really good. I've seen the reviews, so it's the reviews I check. I don't listen to a lot of the bump because, you know. Oh. I'm tempted to buy Love Brewing's 40 quid beer kit. That is, I think it's like an imperial kit. It's got loads of ingredients with it, but it's the cost of it. You know, you think 40 quid, I'm paying £1, and if it fucks up, you know, you've lost 40 quid, haven't you? Luckily, I've only ever gone wrong on one kit. Milestone's Donovan Blitzer. That's one I want. 35C fermentation. There's a brewery in Nottingham, Liquid Light Brewery. They've just put on their Facebook page today, and they do deliver nationwide, that they're doing an imperial stout with rum and raisins in. Now that is absolutely down my avenue. I'm sure I had it at the beer festival last year. 14% it was, and I had it, and fucking hell, my legs were hot. Like, whoa, Jesus! You know, you have a beer, and then all of a sudden you feel it straight away. Well, I felt that straight away. And yet last night, I'm drinking rosé wine, which I know is about 12%. I had half a glass, shall we say, and and look at that, Nottingham. You know, until Adventure Beer came out in Nottingham, I never knew about some of the breweries in Nottingham. It's amazing that you live so close to breweries, these little micro breweries, and you know nothing about them. I know it's wrong. I know it's the swear word then, but and it's amazing how so many breweries are on your doorstep. It wasn't until I looked at Robin Hood Beer Festival last year did I realise that we had so many. Stockport's finest, yeah. My wife's family are in Stockport, so they often do the trek up there. They were in lockdown the other week. Neon Raptor, they've got a fantastic reputation. If I have, I've tried it at Robin Hood Beer Festival. If I have, I mean, you get to a certain stage at the beer festival where you've been drinking and you forget what you drank. But yeah, Neon Raptor's got a very good reputation. One of my friends, she's in her 50s, late 50s, and she's a mad craft beer fan, and she absolutely rates them massively high. And I like Trooper, Old Tom with ginger. They did Old Tom with chocolate, but they seem to have discontinued that. I have got some other Old Toms knocking about. I've got where was it? Somewhere. The only problem with having 400 fucking bottles, you can't find out. Yeah, I've got the Trooper. Oh shit. Oh bastard. Oh, that's alright, I didn't knock it over. And I've got Trooper IPA or something. Oh. Yeah. Trooper IPA. Yes, I do like Robinson's beers. I'd love to do some more. Yeah, Dancing Duck. I'm sure I've got some of theirs, you know. Yeah, look. Yeah, Dancing Duck. Couldn't give a nice weather for ducks. Old Tom Christmas. Did I just read Old Tom Christmas? And this is the thing. Shops now are starting to get their Christmas stock in. Last year, I noticed with Sadler's, Sadler's Christmas Pudding Stout, one of the best, I think one of the best Christmas beers out there, regardless. 6%, fucking lovely. And they only had it in for a short period of time. I went to B&M tonight, did a beer haul at B&M, didn't get much there, to be honest, but yeah, got to keep my eye out. I'm going to stock up when I go. Yes, they did. And I've drank it and I've reviewed it. It's on the channel somewhere. Yeah, I've not been to Aldi just recently. And I need to keep my eye out because Dunkelfester's a nice beer. But I also hope they bring the Green King one back, the Gangly Ghouls, because that was banging as well. That was a nice beer, that was. I've totally forgot that I'm doing reviews. But anyway. Is that the Brewdog Aldi collaboration thing that was on Facebook? Because there was talk about they did like they did actually like, and Aldi Witchwood also do Pump King, and that wasn't around last year as well. Keep me eye on Aldi next week then, and let's hope they bloody get Dunkelfest back. I mean, I like the autumn spiced. Is it autumn spiced? The Baileys, the autumn spice Baileys, whatever they called it. Old Tom Challenge, drink 10. I'd love to. I haven't got the money. So Old Tom, it's one of our favourites, isn't it? If you like strong beers, you can't go wrong. And that went down the tree. I'm going to have another now, fuck it. Out of 5, 4.6 out of 5, quality. I don't need to tell you how it tastes, brilliant. So, it's a double review, fuck it, eh? Wife's doing cakes anyway, so I can't cook the dinner yet. And I'm cooking dinner tonight. Been at work all day, woke up at 5, and I'm cooking dinner. I'm a good lad. Yeah, I think that's why she lets me off with the fucking drinking too much. So, Guinness for an extra. Is this the 7.4% version? 7.5% version. It's nice to have a chat sometimes. You know? These live reviews, that's what they're good for. I like that because, like the Brewmeister, fucking hell, I'm never touching that shite again. It's just too strong. Fucking hell. I'm swearing my legs are still feeling it from the other day. So, look at that. So it pours like a Guinness, to be fair. It's a nice big head on it. Black. Quite a tan head. And to be honest, I think it's better than the standard Guinness. I did look for that Nigerian one. Somebody was on about a Nigerian Guinness. Strong malty aroma. That's my type of Guinness, 7.5. Not the 4% stuff. Who wants the 4% stuff? I mean, really. Eh? If you're on a diet, maybe, but... Oh. I have to sort out some sort of. You are drinking that. Is it a Nigerian Guinness? Oh right. Fair play then. So I do a lot of drinking. I know fuck all, but there you go. Nigerian Guinness is 9%. No, this is only 7.5%. It's definitely a Raggy Avenue beer though. Yeah. Although King Goblin's definitely one of them sort of beers. And it's funny, I've had a beer that was like, what's the best supermarket for nice ales? It depends. Because Morrison's is, I think, the clear... The Ghanaian version, Jesus. I think Morrison's is clearly the best supermarket for both bottled beer and craft beer. Tesco's... Tesco's are good. They have a half decent bottled range, but their craft beer range changes quite a lot. Asda's, they have a lot of good cheap beers, but it's very stagnant. Their beer range has gone stagnant. Sainsbury's, their beer range, flipping heck, since I left, their beer range is a third of what they used to have. They used to have a really good range of beers. Marks and Spencer's have a good range, but it's fucking expensive. It's all £2.50 a can. And when you can get it for £4 for £6 from somewhere else, yeah, Asda's really gone shit lately. And it all depends on the size of the Asda store as well. But we've got one in West Bridgeford, which is where I used to work. And even in there, it's the same old stuff. It's gone boring. which is why then you dragged towards shops. I like low cost beer because their range changes so much, but it's a thing of if you've never if you've had it before, then you don't really want it again. Well, that's how I am, unless it's one of my faves. Their draft beer is exquisite and it's cheap. There's some quality amongst that draft beer. There's some real quality. Drink Supermarket used to be decent, but their range has gone down massively. Their single bottle range, they seem to be focusing on cases, so their single can bottle range is shit at the moment. I mean, I spent £100, but most of it was on the spirits as well. Yeah, Aldi's got a decent enough range. It's small, but it's decent. You go in and you can spend, you've never had any of them before. You can spend quite a bit of money in there. Got 20 odd quid or so. And that's why the beer festivals are interesting. Surely we're going to see some more beer festivals at this time of the year. I know Morrison's, unless that range review that Morrison's did the other week was actually their beer festival. Because when I was in Blackpool, I went into Morrison's and fucking hell, I spent 45 quid. I thought, shit. But I got some nice beers. I must admit. Northern Monk got a really good, strong hold in Morrison's at the moment. Since the last year's beer festival, them and Siren have done really well. I do like low cost. They've done. I've asked them questions. They've been right with me, and yeah. And they do like tours. They've got a tour of Los. You obviously got a bit more money than what the likes of money I've got. But they're on about doing a beer tour of Los Angeles where you go across, and obviously it's going to cost a bit, but you go around different places, you go to certain bars, and for people with money, it must be a fantastic. I ain't got their money, so I fucked it. I'll never be going, but it looks interesting. If you follow their Smiling Grape Facebook page, oh, that's handy. See, I don't go into the shops all the time, half the time, because this coronavirus, the mask thing and queuing just pisses me off. So I get to the stage where I think, oh fuck it, I'm not going. Yeah, well out my price bracket. Jesus Christ. The only reason I've accumulated so much is because I do a garden or two at the weekend, and that money is separate to the bill money, so all my work money goes straight to the house to pay bills. So this lot has only been, all what I've got on the beer wall has only been because I've done extras, like extra jobs. Oh, this is going down a treat, I tell you. Fucking hell, I'm feeling it now. Got to cook the dinner as well. Don't go in too drunk because the wife will just give me an arsehole in. It's the red card. I'm lucky I didn't get one the other night with that world's strongest beer, but she knows that I'm a good bloke. So we've been together, been married 22 years, been together 29 years. It's funny, when I fancy a beer, I come in here and I'm like, fucking hell, I can't drink any of it. Because I buy it for reviews, I can't drink it. But saying that, I just go into here and I've got rosé wine, white wine, I've got beers on the floor. I could have the best party, not even touch the beer wall, but have the best party, get everyone pissed out of the face. Oh, we're doing chicken with cheese and bacon on, with boiled potatoes and some shit veg. Yes, Greenwich Porter. Yeah, there was. I like to look for the Christmas beers. Obviously, Halloween's coming up, so there should be Halloween beers. And, for me, the supermarkets, Morrison's used to do it. They used to have Halloween beers. They used to have Christmas beers. I think they even had Valentine's beers at one stage. And they've stopped. And I don't know why, because they were very popular. I would go in and buy every single one of them. And that's before I did reviewing. Just to, try something new. You're like a kid in a sweet shop. You go in, you want to try something new. And I said this to Sainsbury's while I was there. I says, put something new out. Something new that no one buys. Because beer drinkers will buy new stock. You know, even if you only bring out so many cases at a time, they will buy it. But obviously there's logistics involved. And obviously the likes of the supermarkets will buy it in mega bulk capacity. Because obviously there's 1,000 shops, so they want to buy X amount of cases from 1,000 shops. And they'll be able to get it at a certain price. Hence why supermarkets charge a lot less than your breweries do. Obviously, we can't go to a brewery and buy 100,000 bottles. Eh? And if you fucking did, okay now, you'd be a soldier, wouldn't you? Oh, eh? 100,000 bottles of Old Tom. Oh dear, oh dear. Eh? Yeah. I think B&M has been the king. Home bargains. Now and again, home bargains deliver some good stuff. But just lately, I've got nothing from home bargains. The bigger home bargains are better. So if you've got a big home bargains, they have more stock. But yeah, I haven't had much from home bargains for a while. And it's certainly during this lockdown bollocks, you know, it's... I'm looking at other beer shops, but I don't want to be paying silly prices. To be honest, anything above £3 or £4, I don't want to be buying. I use Adventure Beer in Nottingham because it's Nottingham beers, and what it does, it saves me trawling from one bloody brewery to the other, so I can get local beers. And if everywhere in the country did that same sort, you know, say somewhere up north did the same sort of thing. I've looked at some of the beer shops online, but they're fucking expensive. And then they charge you on top. And you get some of these beer clubs that you can get. But again, they want to send you two beers of each. And I don't want 2 beers of each, unless it's something I know is brilliant. You know, I only want one. And they're missing the trick. A lot of these breweries are missing the trick. Tiny Rebel did, the other week, I think it's stopped now, they did one of each of their beer range. And they did... a glass with it, so you can actually drink their glass, you know, drink out their glass. And it was something like 46 quid, 19 beers, 46 quid, and there was some strong beers in that as well. So you know, it wasn't just the 4% rubbish, but you know, some of the 9%ers. And apparently they've stopped doing it, which is sad. You know, I keep trying to, every time I review a beer from a certain brewery, I'll be saying, you know, try and goad them into doing it. Because from a point of view of someone buying, I know that if I'm buying, I want one of every one of your beers. Then if I come across a beer that, you know, hits the notch, I will buy a case. I mean, I tried to get Eagle Brewery, who make Bombardier, to bring out Colonel's Reserve, because Colonel's Reserve is an absolutely quality beer. It's like, you know, it's similar to Abbott's Reserve, 1698 from Shepherd and Neame. And sadly, they didn't bring it bloody out. 12 bottled ales for 19 quid. That's not a bad price, is it? If they were bloody mixed, that'd be fantastic. Woof, that's it in the spot. Maybe, before I go to bed at night, I need to just keep... fucking hell, it would have to be Guinness, then Nuki Brown. I won't touch the lagers if I could help it. I mean, there's been a time this summer when we've gone somewhere and I've looked at the bar and I thought, oh fucking hell, there's no on the bar. And Guinness, you know, a lot of the Green King pubs are like that. The selections are crap. And in this day with craft beers, surely Green King, even if they make their own craft beer, you know, you look at some of the business decisions and you think to yourself, for fuck's sakes, I can't stand, I'd rather have a strong lager. I mean, Peroni's Doppio Malto, woof, that is quality in a lager. I think it's 6.6%, somewhere around there anyway. I do forget sometimes. But fucking hell, you drink that and it's like, whoa, this is lager with a pair of bollocks on. You know, it's a truly decent lager, and yeah, I used to like the blue Guinness in town as well. You go to Nottingham city centre, and they have blue Guinness. You know, the stuff that's really cold. Oh, you can actually choose with Jonathan Notes then. Ooh. But you're not going to get free delivery on 19 quid, are you? I might have to have a look at that tonight, because, you know, I'm up for mixed beer kits, because I was willing to drive all the way down to bloody Norfolk just to get some of St. Peter's range. And obviously that's a 30 quid drive there and back, just to get one of each of their range. They've got an extensive range though, Jesus Christ. And I would have tried to tap them up for a few freebies. But I've even put, when I ordered it tonight, I'll be reviewing this. And I thought, might get a freebie. Yeah, more chance of getting a fucking kick in the head. But, you know. I thought Castle Rock were going to give me a few freebies, but it hasn't transpired. I might have to go to one of their pubs. And I went to Lincoln Green the other day and got them 5 beers, and I thought, you know. But, yeah. So, what a strong stout. Mixing the beers is getting me more drunk than drinking bloody red wine. How daft is that? But mixing beers and mixing wines is the way to get yourself half pissed. Might have to have some rhubarb stout later, if only to get rid of the bottles. "31 minutes. Bloody hell. I can yak. But it's funny, you know. I work on my own most of the time, all day long, not talking to no one. And you're there, and it's strange. No, they never fucking... I think breweries need to... If I'm a brewery boss, if I'm a boss of a company, and I brew seasonal beers, occasional beers, I'm thinking to myself, I need to get all these bottled, even if they're in fucking plastic bottles with a bit of CO2 banged in. You know, whatever's cheap, whatever's the cheapest way of bottling them. Like what low cost do. Low cost beer. They get plastic bottles, CO2, they must use CO2, I presume that's what they use. Just to, and I would have all my range, as much as my range as I can, available, bang it in a mixed box. It's absolutely the way to go on. And I couldn't see that last fucking comment, the comments have disappeared. Can I oh, battery's going. No, they never got back to me on that. Then I tried to get a free bottle of beer. Fuck me, hold me, I can't see my face now. Yeah, I tried to get a free bottle of beer off them, or the one I named, but they never did. And you'd think they would have done, wouldn't you? You know, they sent me the case, which was lovely. It was lovely to win a case of beer. Gave my mate 5 bottles of beer. He fitted my air conditioning. Oh fuck, maybe we're going up 5%. Right. That's gone down quickly. Obviously, using the internet really. It's gone down really quickly. Right, I need to wrap up because it's going to go off any second. How fast that went from 15 to 5%. So Guinness's for an extra stout. That is amazing stout. If you like Guinness, it's absolutely the stout to try. And I don't trust this battery because it's going to die any second. Been a great review, been a great chat. You know, it's nice to chat. You know, when you work on your own all day, it's nice to actually have a bit of interaction. 2 great beers. Loved them both. Can we see them both? And it's been a good night. Enjoyed it. Thank you for everybody for joining in. You know, it's nice to talk to people. When you work on your own all day, you know, it's kind of weird. And even though I'm in a better job, it is kind of weird. But both beers are 4.6s all day long. and we'll do some more. What I'll do, I'll get some beers, my favourite beers, and just do more chat reviews rather than fucking, you know, the normal reviews. And thanks for watching. See you soon. Cheers. And thanks for commenting. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Cheers.